back to Bodywise Pilates. We're going to be doing a dynamic mat work routine today. No equipment, just your body and your mat. Please remember your breathing technique, in through your nose, out through your mouth, as if you're blowing out a candle. And also sending the breath into the back and the sides of the rib cage, and nice deep breathing. And we're going to start in the tailor position, seated, with the arms out in front of you and the shoulders relaxed. As you breathe in, you're going to reach your arms forward, so protract your shoulder blades, and exhale, retract, opening the chest a little. So you're going to breathe in, reach forwards, and exhale, pull back, keeping your spine up nice and tall. In through your nose, sending the breath into the back and the side. Exhaling, zipping up and pulling up your pelvic floor. So breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. You're going to do one more. And then you're going to exhale and keep that shoulder placement. And you're going to breathe in, reach the arms up, and exhale, circle them around without letting the shoulders lift towards the ears. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. In through your nose, back and sides, breathing, and exhale to circle. You're going to do just one more. And place the arms. Alright, so we're going to go straight over onto your hands and knees. And we're going to do the cat cow. We're going to do the cat cow with a knee coming in and out as well. So what we're going to do is, as we breathe out, we're going to contract the abdominals and bring the knee in towards the chest, and breathe in to extend the leg. Okay, so we're exhaling and inhale and lengthen through the spine, engaging the buttock. Exhale and pull up the abdominals around that spine, and inhale to reach, keeping the pelvis level. Breathe in and then place that knee. Then you're going to swap and do exactly the same thing on the other side. Exhale and inhale to kick away. Exhale, pull up those abs. Inhale, look forwards, lifting the chin slightly as you extend through your cervical spine as well. Breathe out and in. Twice more. And in. And the last one. And in. And place the knee. You're then going to come straight down onto your front. And place the arms down beside you with your palms facing upward. Your legs are parallel. It's very important when you lift the upper body that you rotate the shoulders backwards until your thumbs are pointing downwards. You place your shoulders and assist the back extension of the muscles between the shoulder blades. I'm going to breathe in to come up and out to go down. So I'm going to inhale, pull up my thighs, my kneecaps lift, squeeze my buttocks and start to lift my head and chest, rolling those shoulders in. And then exhale, return to the mat. So deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, down. Breathing in to come up. And exhale to go down. Rolling those shoulders in very slightly, but think more about sliding the bottom angle of your shoulder blades down towards your waist and reaching your fingers towards your knees. So lengthen through the arms as well. Inhale, thighs, bum, abs, lift. And exhale, release. And you're going to do just one more. Inhale up. And exhale to go down. Hands go under the shoulders, push up onto your knees, and then either do a cat cow, or if the knees permit, sit back in your shell stretch and just ease through the back a moment. Good job. Alright, so from there we're going to come back up to seated, and we're going to do a combination. We're making it a little bit more dynamic today, between the half roll back and a spine twist. When you do the half roll back, have your legs parallel, and when you come up out of the half roll back to go ready to go into the spine twist, I'll ask you to splay your knees. That's the different positions with your legs. Alright, so we're going to start with the arms out in front. You're going to breathe out, tilt off your sit bones, rolling back, exhaling, and inhale to sit up straight. So you're tilting back off the sit bones. Now, as you inhale and sit up, let the knees open and place the hands on top of each other. Now you're going to exhale, turn, and inhale, come center. Do one more. And as you come center, legs parallel, arms out in front. We got it? So two of each. Breathe out, tilt and roll. Inhale up. Exhale, tilt and roll. And as you breathe in through your nose and come up, splay the knees hand on hand. Exhale, spine twist. Inhale, center. And reach. You ready? Go again. Tilt and roll. And up. Again. As you come up, splay those knees. Place the hands and spine twist. Breathe in, center. And reach. We're going to do this twice more. Exhale. And inhale. Again. Coming up, splaying and spine twist. Reach. Last time through. Exhale. Tip back off those sit bones. Inhale up. Exhale, roll. Inhale up, splaying those knees, placing those hands. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. And inhale, center. Good job. All right, so we're going to lie down. And we're going to do the Superman movement, but in a supine position. So lie down on your back, pelvis neutral, 3 bones level, shoulders relaxed. Reach the arms up to the ceiling, but keep the shoulders down into the mat. Imprint, so ribs to hips, engaging those abs, shifting the back towards the mat, lifting one leg up to 90 degrees tabletop, and then the other one. And the opposite arm and leg are going to work. So as I extend one leg away, I'm going to reach the opposite arm behind me, breathe in, return to the start position, then change. Breathing out, and breathing in. Keep those going. Think about engaging your buttock and your thigh and your abdominals every time you extend the leg. And when you're reaching the arm behind you, try to keep the shoulders down into the mat. Think about that lower back shifting close to the mat. So get a nice rhythm going, a nice flow. Same pace as you're breathing. Feel that breath going into the back and the sides of the ribs, down into the shoulders. We're going to do one more on each side. Exhale, reach. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach. And then the feet go down one at a time and the hands come down. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go into a single leg extension in the ab curl. All right, so we're going to come back up with the legs one at a time through imprint. Pop the hands underneath the head and stay up this time. And the legs are going to move the same as they just were, but quicker. You know what you're doing now, so you can get a little bit of rhythm going here where they swap. Keeping your core control, keeping the head and shoulders lifted. If you do start to fatigue through the anterior neck muscles, if you can't support enough, then you can pop the head and shoulders down. With the hands in this position, you should be fine. Buttock and thigh, and reach, reach. So a little bit more challenging today. One more on each leg, and then I'm going to keep my legs up at 90 degrees, take my head and shoulders down, but keep my hands underneath my head and do my lateral abdominals, my obliques in this position here. So exhale, inhale. If this feels too much, pop the feet back down one at a time on the floor and leave the feet on the floor. Up and across, up and across. Those of you who do want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can go to level 3 where you extend the opposite leg. 4 more. 4, 3. Last one. Head and shoulders down and hug those legs in and just do a little rock from side to side. All right. The next one involves lateral rotation at the hips. How much you laterally rotate depends on how comfortable and what range of motion you have at your hips. If you suffer with your back and a little bit less core strength, don't extend the legs too low when you do the Charlie Chaplin move. Take them a little bit higher, all right? So chest open, again, imprint or neutral, but engage your core, one leg up to 90 degrees, and then the other. and the knees and the feet come together. We're going to have the arms up in the air, but with the shoulders down into the mat, so you're not tempted to push into your hands. On my exhale, there's two moves. The first one is display the knees and the feet open, only keeping my heels together, okay? Exhale. Continue to breathe out to straighten the legs, but in that lateral rotation to Charlie Chaplin. Breathe in, come back to the frog position, breathe in to close. All right, so we have exhale, frog, exhaling to Charlie Chaplin, inhaling to frog, and inhaling to close. Here we go. Exhale, open, extend, breathe in through your nose, bend back to the frog, and close the knees and feet together. Here we go again. Exhale. Inhale, inhale. When you're extending those legs, think about squeezing those buttocks, inner thighs, abdominals. Try not to let that back pop up away from the floor. Relax the neck, head and shoulders. If you can, 3 more. If you're feeling overly challenged, just rest when you've had enough. Last one. If you can, hold this last Charlie Chaplin and just tap your heels together. Really working these muscles to hold the legs there. If you feel it pulling on your back, just hug the knees in and back to your frog and close and down and down. Well done. All right. So keeping these muscles working, it is a lot harder this particular class. So do listen to your body and stop when you've had enough. Instead of doing the leg extension now in that rotated Charlie Chaplin position, we're going to have the legs in parallel, all right? But we're going to do it up in an ab curl and a little bit quicker with arm reaches. Imprinting, legs up, chin in, head up, hands to the sides. All right, stay up if you can. Exhale, reach, inhale, circle, the arms touch the knees. So buttocks, thighs, abdominals, reaching those arms behind you. Don't be tempted to look at the hands as they go back, because that will drop your head and shoulders down. If this feels too much, put the head and shoulders down and do it with the head in this position here. No problem. 3 more. Last one. And draw those knees in towards your chest and just do a little rock from side to side. Excellent, well done. Alright. So from here we're going to go into toe taps from a tabletop 90-degree position. The further you tap the foot away, the more challenging it's going to be. All I do ask is once you're up in this position and you're doing them, that when you lower to tap the toe down, don't bend your knee more. Okay, that's not going to challenge your core. You need to keep the angle of the knee at least the same when you lower the leg. You're opening this angle, you're not closing this angle to take the toe down. Alright, so we're going to have the arms relaxed on the floor for this one, the abs engaged 90 degrees. Squeeze one buttock as you exhale and lower the leg, opening the angle at the hip, and inhale to return. Alternating from one leg to the other. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, and inhale. We have 4 more, 2 on each leg. Last one. Then you're going to hold this 90 degrees, reach the arms up to the ceiling and extend one leg as best as you can straight to the ceiling. If you can't get it straight, don't worry. However, if you don't have it straight, as you lower it, do straighten it. Then you will be able to straighten it. But as it comes in, if your hamstring flexibility is limited and you need to soften the knee, no problem. You can go straight. So exhale, squeeze the buttock. Don't let gravity do the work for you. Inhale, bring the leg back up. If this feels too much, Put the other foot on the floor and do your single leg scissor like this. Flex the ankle as you lower, point the toes as you lift. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. 2 more. Bend this knee and extend the other one. It may be more flexible or less flexible than the first leg, so go steady. Again, engage your core. Exhale. Inhale. Engaging those abdominals, trying to keep that feeling of that back shifting into the mat. Remember, if you're feeling this too much, put the other foot down and do your scissor with the other foot down, your choice. So challenge, but make sure you're not causing any discomfort at your back. 1 more. Bend and down and down. Good. Okay, this area has had a really tough workout. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this stretch out and go to the opposing muscle group, the buttocks. Oh, and I've got quite warm now. So, and the lying down position, bring the heels a little bit closer to your bottom. Relax the shoulders, open the chest. Breathing out, tipping the pelvis into imprints. The pubic bone tips towards you as you bring the ribs and the hips closer together, engaging the buttocks to roll up into your bridge, and inhaling to come back down. We're working dynamically, so we're going to bring the arms in, rolling up and rolling down, the hands facing the knees. Exhaling and inhaling. Breathing out and breathing in. Trying to roll down through the spine, so that lower back, you're aiming to get to the mat before your bottom. If you have a slightly exaggerated lordotic curve, the kind of curve in your lower back, you may find that just a little bit harder to get that lower back to the mat before your bum. Or if you're blessed with a nice juicy J-Lo bum, that will also make it more challenging too. Hold this next one up, and you're going to do leg pickups, alternating. Exhale, inhale. Bringing the knee in just to over the hip, making sure that when you pick one leg up, the hips don't drop. The only way you're going to make that happen, as soon as the foot touches, squeeze the supporting leg buttock. That's going to keep your hips up at the same height. Breathe. Four more. Exhaling up, inhaling down. Last one. Breathe in, see if you've lost any height in the hips, and then exhale to roll back down. Good job. All right, so we're going to go into the rollover prep, which is just the reverse curl. Engaging the core to imprint one leg up, the other leg up. We're going to cross the ankles today and extend the legs ever so slightly. Make sure they're not fully extended, with the knees over the hips, especially if you suffer with your back. Don't let the legs drop here. Keep them over your hips. Arms up with the fingers interlaced and the shoulders down. Look towards your knees and your shins. Don't look at the ceiling. Breathe out. Think about bringing your hip bones and your ribs closer together by contracting the abdominals and breathing in to release. So think belly button down as if someone's got a string tied around your tummy button, and they're pulling it from behind you, from underneath you, towards your spine. And bringing the ribs and the hips closer together. It's not about swinging the legs, it's about engaging the abdominals and your pelvic floor. So pull up internally, pelvic floor, remember, as if you're stopping spending a penny mid-flow. We're going to do 3 more with the ankles crossed this way. And then without a rest, we're going to cross the ankles the other way and go again. Making sure that when you release, you're breathing in through the nose and feel that breath go point the mat into the back of the rib cage. 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Then you can either hug one leg in and extend the other, lift the head and rock up to seated, or roll onto your side to come up to seated. And we're going to do the saw. So the legs come open. Only have the legs as wide as you can sit up straight. All right, if you find that you've got them so wide that you physically can't sit up straight, just close them a little bit. One hand on top of the other. Breathe in to turn to face one leg. As you exhale, reach that opposite hand towards the outside of that foot. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come center. Now your hand position. Your front hand, the thumb should point upwards, and the back hand, the thumb should point down. So breathe in to turn. Exhale to reach. Look at the back hand at that thumb pointing down. Breathe in, come up. Exhale, come center. So turn 1, reach 2, lift 3, turn 4. Breathe in on 1, out on 2, in on 3, out on 4. Being careful not to let this butt cheek lift when you reach across. Keep both bum cheeks right down into the mat. And you have one last one. Inhale up and exhale, come center. Good. All right, so we're going to do the side kick and the side leg lifts. So what I'd like you to do is lie on your side, on your arm with your head or cushion, whatever makes you comfortable, and bring your legs forwards at about a 45-degree angle. Lift the waist and make sure the hips are stacked. You may have your hand in front for a little bit of balance if you want to. Pick up the top leg to the height of the hip and try and keep it at this height. If you're prone to sciatica, keep your toes pointed. Don't flex the ankle as the foot comes forwards. Very important. All right, so you're going to breathe in to bring the leg forwards and then exhale to take it back. Now when I bring it forwards, flexing the ankle, if there's no proneness to sciatica, I'm going to do a little bounce and then squeeze and take it back, keeping this waist lifted. So three more. Your last one. And then as the leg comes back through, place it on the bottom leg and bring both legs in a straight line with the body. Really important that the hip bones are stacked. You don't roll back or forwards. Place your hand on your tummy. Breathing in to lift the top leg, pointing the toes. Exhale, flex the ankle as you lower. So breathing in up and exhale down. Now the top foot doesn't quite touch the bottom one on the way down. Keep this muscle working all the time. Don't let the foot go all the way down and let that muscle relax. Keep it working. 4 more. Last one, keep it at hip height, point the toes, put length into both legs, squeeze the bum, engage the abs, lift the waist, and circle this leg 10 times, trying to keep the rest of your body as still as you can. If you find it very hard to balance, pop your hand on the floor. Circle the other way. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, bring the bottom leg up to meet it, and exhale, they go down together. So you're breathing in, out, out. Two more. Last one. And down. Keep your bottom leg beautifully straight. Just relax the top leg enough to rest the arch of that top foot on top of the bottom heel. Rest the hand on the legs, the shoulders are relaxed. Only working here the inner thigh. Try to relax the abductor to lift both legs. keeping this gap under your waist. We have 2 more. Last one. And release. Good job. Just let that top leg come in front for a minute, just to let this relax through. All right, before we go on to do the other side, we're going to lie down on our front and do a double leg kick on the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to lie face down, place with the legs almost together, or together if you can, one hand in the small of your back, and then place the other hand on top of the other one. Now keep the muscles where the shoulder blades are engaged. Don't just let those elbows collapse. Pull the elbows back and think about coming back to that position every time. Place your head to face one side. All right, every time you come down, you will alternate which side you turn your head to. If one side feels very uncomfortable, go to the same side every time, not a problem. In this position, exhaling, pulling up the abdominals, bend the knees, bringing the feet in towards the bottom, pointing the toes. Do a slight release, still breathing out, pull them back in with the ankles flexed. Now on your breath in, you're going to go into a torpedo. You're going to lengthen the whole of your body, let's straighten those legs, reach those hands towards your knees and look down at the floor with the head and chest lifted. Exhale, so I'm going to face the other way, put the hands back in the small of my back, bend the knees, flex the ankles, bend the knees again. Now breathe in, torpedo, reach, turn those palms in to face your outer thighs, look at the floor. Turn the head the other way. Exhale, exhale, inhale, reach. Exhale, turn the head the other way. Flex, flex. Inhale, reach. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathe in, look down. Again, 4 more. And 3. 1 more each side. We got this coordination going. Last one. Reach. And rest. Lovely. Hands under the shoulders, push up, either go into a cat curl or sit back into a shell stretch just to ease out the lower back and the glutes. All right, so you know what's coming. We now have to do the side leg lift series on the other side. So we're going to come back down to lying down on the side, make the head and neck comfortable, hips stacked, bring the legs forwards, hand wherever you're comfortable. Lift the top leg, breathing in to bring it forwards with a bounce, exhale to kick back. So inhale and breathe out. Twice more. Your last one. And then bring that leg on top. Good job. Take the legs in a straight line with the body. Lift the waist. Make sure your hips are stacked, shoulders relaxed. Breathing into point as you lift the top leg. Exhale, flex the ankle as you lower. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Five more. Hold this one up, lengthen both legs, engage those glutes, engage those abs, you're really stabilized, and then circle. Other way. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, bring the bottom leg up to meet the top one, and then exhale, come back down. So breathe in, out, and out. Inhale, exhale, exhale. Four more. Last one. And down you go. Keeping that bottom leg again beautifully straight. Just relax the top one, resting the arch of the foot on the bottom here. Relax this abductor. Work the inner thigh of the bottom leg as much as you can. Exhaling to lift. Inhaling as you lower. Five more. Last three. Hold this last one up. And little ones. 10, 9, 8, 7. And rest. Good down. Again, just rest that top leg in front here. So you get a nice stretch through here. And then you're going to come back down onto your front again, and we just have one last exercise to do. We're going to combine two exercises together. So I'm going to be down on my front, and I'm going to have one hand on top of the other. Only the hands, don't place the forearms. Open your legs and rotate them outwards from the hips. So we're going to do one move, then a second move, and then bring in a third and a combination after that. So we're going to focus first of all on just the legs, breathing out to pull up the thighs, squeeze the buttocks, and gently lift the legs, and then inhale to lower them back down. So on the exhale, thighs, bottom, abdominals. Don't let your tummy sink down into the mat. Have the feeling of pulling your tummy button up away from the floor. Relax the shoulders as you lift. Inhale, lower. It doesn't have to be a big lift, but I would like to think you're getting your knees as straight as you can, pulling up those thighs. 4 more. Last 3. And 2. Last 1. Good. All right, so now you're going to keep your legs on the floor, and you're just going to lift your head and chest off the floor. Ideally, with the arms coming up as well, keeping your hands touching your forehead. If that feels too much, leave the arms behind and just lift your head and chest. So I'll show you the full one, and then you can decide which you feel more comfortable with. You're going to breathe in to come up and out to go down. So as I inhale, I pull up my thighs, squeeze my buttocks, slide my shoulders down away from my ears, and I lift my head and chest, keeping my hands underneath my head, and then breathe in, out, to go back down. So inhaling, coming up, and exhale to go back down. Still working thighs, bottom, abdominal, shoulder placement. Exhale, back down. Inhale, engage and lift. Exhale, back down. I'm going to do just one more. And exhale, back down. All right, now your slightly easier level is just to stay with the heel squeeze prone and not to bring in the upper body. So I'm going to start with that and then bring in the option of the upper body, and you choose what suits you best. On the exhale, we're going to squeeze the heels together and squeeze the buttocks and see if the knees can lift a little. Then breathe in to relax. So exhale, squeeze and lift, and inhale to release. Exhale and inhale. I'm going to stay with the exhale on the squeeze and bring in an ever such a small lift, not a big lift, optional. Exhale, heel squeeze, buttock squeeze, abs engage, and see if you can just gently lift your arms and your head, and inhale to go back down. Exhale Last two. One more. And release. Lengthen through your legs. Well done. Okay, hands come underneath the shoulders. Come up into a cat cow. Take the hands slightly further forward. And you're going to release the spine by rounding up into a cat cow and coming forwards. Inhale, release through that lower back and sit the hips back. So rounding to come up and forwards. Inhaling to release. Breathe out. Pulling up those abs. Now inhale. Sending the breath in back and sides. One more. And up. Alright. And then lunge 1 foot forwards and come forwards. So stretching through this hip flexor here. And then if you can, place the hand that's on the floor on the knee and the same hand as the front leg on the buttock and turn slightly. Place the hands down, release that foot, bring the other foot forward and bring the body forward, stretch through this hip flexor here. Place this hand on the hip, this hand on the knee and turn your body. Place the hands down and spin around to seated. Well done. Taking a nice deep breath in, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, look down. Breathe in, reach up, look up. Exhale and down. Last one. And exhale. Good job. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have enjoyed this workout, maybe give the thumbs up on at the end of it on the YouTube and subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I post any new videos. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining me.